my friends. It is Monday, March 1st, and my name is Laura Milligan. I am here with a Facebook Live. I do these every Mondays at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and I appreciate you joining me. Let me just check to make sure I'm in the right place and that people are hopping on. I'm actually, I think, 1 o'clock right on the dot today. Sometimes I'm running a little late, but I think today I am ready at 1 to start. So I'm going to wait just a minute here just to give some people a chance to find me. And, whoops. Okay. I know that there are some people joining me today. I'm going to give them one more second so that people can find me. And well, you know what? I just realized I had the wrong view on my camera. So here I am, ready to say hello and waiting for some people to find me. It is March 1st. It's a sunny day here in Canton, Ohio, and that makes such a difference, doesn't it? I think we're all done with winter and ready for the sun to shine. So let me go ahead and flip my phone down. All right, so I have a couple things I want to share with you today. And of course, you know that I always start out with giving away the cards that I made in the previous week. So if you ever want to win one of these cards, all you need to do is make a comment. And these are the 4 cards that I made last week. And so I do a random draw. If you leave a comment on this post, even if you're, or on this Facebook Live, even if you're watching it as a replay, you will be entered into the drawing to win one of these cards. I am not seeing comments today, so I don't know if people are with me or not. I'm assuming they are, but if I don't respond to your comments, I apologize. I will respond when I am done. Oh, there's Mary. Okay, so people are getting on. Hi, Mary. Good to see you, quote unquote, right? Thanks for letting me know you're there. If anyone else is there, say hello. Let me know where you're from. It's kind of fun to see where people are watching from. So I'm going to start by giving away these 4 cards. These are 4 cards that I made last week in my Facebook Lives. And again, if you are interested in winning one of these cards, all you have to do is leave a comment or share this to a group that you may be in. Share the love, so they say. Okay, so hi Myra, how are you? So this one is going to Karen Seifert. And Karen, I do have your address, so that will be going in the mail to you, probably first thing tomorrow. This one is going to Anne Marie Ware. This beautiful berry one is going to Sherry Farrell. Hi, everybody. Hi, friends. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Marcia. And then this one, Sarah Poole. So I will get those 4 cards in the mail probably first thing in the morning. So you can look for those. So I want to start today by sharing this month's paper pumpkin. And I have a tip that I want to show you. So if you have never received paper pumpkin, it comes in this cute little box like this. Sometimes, for the most part, it's this orange color, but sometimes they have seasonal special ones on different months, and those are kind of fun as well. So in your packet, you get a little baggie, a little packet of all the parts and pieces that you need for that particular month's kit. This one is called Bouquet of Hope, and it included the supplies to make 9 different cards. And they always do an advertisement for the kit that's coming up the next month. The one for April is... this is the one for March. The one for March is called Adventure Awaits, and it includes for free these stencils and a sponge. These look super, super cute to me. And then on the back, here's a different idea using this month's kit. So they give you some different ideas. You did hear your name, Anne Marie. I'm sending a card to you. And then then in the paper pumpkin kit, you always get a stamp set. And this stamp set is exclusive to these kits. You will never see these images anywhere else. They are exclusive to Paper Pumpkin, which is kind of fun. You receive a little mini Stampin' Spot. And these are nice for stamping, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of the different ink colors. They're also nice if you're using your Stamparatus. I like to use these to apply ink to my images rather than using the larger ink pads. But these are nice to have. They're also easy to take and go with you when you go anywhere. Got some embellishments. You got a sheet, this month's kit had a sheet of dimensionals and a sheet of little mini glue dots. There are envelopes for the 9 cards, and they're lined, which I always love when they do that. So those are the 3 different patterns on the inside of the envelopes. And then you get whatever parts and pieces are needed to complete the cards. So for example, there were some die cuts, there were some little pieces for the different words. These are great no matter how long you've stamped. I love our Paper Pumpkin kits because I think we all, no matter how experienced of a stamper you are, we all have a time when we need to do something quick and get it out the door, and these are perfect for that. They're fun to do with friends, they're fun to take with you on vacation. This kit also included these gold doilies, some sheets of vellum, some word stickers, which I'm going to give you a tip about these in 1 second, a bolt of Mossy Meadow twine, and then these are the card bases. And they are patterned and really cute. So the fun thing about this kit, one of the fun things is, well, first of all, it's only $22, which is a great bargain for all of this. The stamp set, the ink spot, all the different parts and pieces. But what you can do is take these parts and pieces and you can copy them exactly the way, the kit, the way that is included. Let me show you. Where did I put that? Here it is. So you can make these exactly as the kit suggests, which is fine. And, sometimes it's nice. You don't have to think about anything. You just follow the directions and make the kit. But you might want to switch it up a little bit, which is what I want to show you today. That's kind of what I've done. So let me set these aside. And I also want to give you a little tip. So Marcia is watching, and Marcia loves French. Oftentimes Marcia will order a stamp set in French because she loves French. And we laughed last week. I was texting her and she said she doesn't even know sometimes what the words say, but she just loves French. And so this card, Marcia, is going to be for you. I'm going to make that in 1 second. I want to show you, though, first this card. So I did a little bit of changing these up just a little bit. So this card is one that is exactly how the kit suggests that you make it. And so that's what I did. I thought this was really pretty simple to do. The only thing that I had to do was stamp this image. It says, "I'll always be here for you." Such a pretty word stamp. And then I just popped these up with dimensionals. I added this adhesive back sequins that are included in the kit. Added my DSP. It's ready to go. And look how pretty that is with that coordinating envelope. So like I said, you can do it exactly as the kit suggests. For this card, oops, sorry, let me grab the right paper here. So for this card, I wasn't crazy about this big gold doily, and so I wanted to come up with something different. I think it's really pretty, but I thought I would just switch it up a little bit just to give you another idea. So what I did was, I actually didn't even use the doily, but I used some of my Stampin' Supplies. And if you're a stamper, the nice thing is when you use Paper Pumpkin, since we're all stampers and we have a nice collection of dies and inks and that sort of thing, you can tweak these. And so what I did was I used my stitched rectangle dies. I used the largest one and then the third to largest one because I wanted to create a frame. And this is stitched, really, really cute. The Sorry for Your Loss is part of the Paper Pumpkin Kit. This little label shape here is part of the Paper Pumpkin Kit. The die cut is, I just added some of my own crinkle white seam binding and added a little bit of the Mossy Meadow twine that comes with the kit and did my embellishments. And so that is my, that's how I switched up that particular card. The next card, okay, so the next card I used, let me pull these out. Give me 1 second here. I have them right in my box. I set my box down before I pulled these out. So the next card uses like this Rococo rose background and this vellum frame, which I love. Let me just pull out one of the cards real quick. So there's the card base. And what I thought I would do is flip this over because the vellum on the, not that I don't like this, I think it's pretty, but I just wanted to switch it over. The back side of this is white. And like that large doily that I mentioned from that other card, you can flip that over too, and it's just a softer, it's a softer look. So I'm gonna flip this over, and I know that I'm gonna have some images on this corner and this corner. So that's where I'm going to put my adhesive. So let's see, I'm gonna put a little bit here and a little bit down here on the opposite corner. And that is the only place I'm going to attach this. And really, when you're using vellum, you don't need to attach, you don't have to put it all around the edge. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be just fine. And so then what I'm going to do is take some of the die cuts. I put this all away and I shouldn't have done that yet. Okay, I'm going to take some of these die cuts. Actually, you need this one too. And I'm trying to find my sequins. I think I put everything away too quickly. Here's my twine. I'm going to use that. And okay. So I'm going to use, I need that. I thought I pulled one out, but apparently the one I pulled out, I've already punched the, okay, there we go. So I'm going to punch out these die cuts, and look how easy, they just pop right out. Makes it super easy. Okay, so there's that. So I want to give you a tip. There is a Facebook group called Paper Pumpkin Fan Club, and it was started by a demonstrator, and her name is Rachel Tessman, and this was a tip that I saw that she shared about these words. So if you look at the sample, it says thinking of you, but I'm making this for Marcia because she loves French. So I want to just give you a little tip, because what was happening was when people, this is a sticker, a sticky die cut, when people were pulling this off, especially the thinking of you, it's a pretty fine, you know, little die cut, and the words were getting stretched out and funny. And so Rachel shared this tip, and I just want to share it with you as well. So what I'm going to do is pull the negative away from these words. At least I'm going to attempt to. Gosh, I can't get it going. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to carefully pull back the negative and leave the words, the part I'm actually going to use on this, on the paper, on the backing. And I want to be sure to get all these little negatives here. I'm going to put those on my hand for now till I figure out where I'm going to put those. These all out of here. These are all sticky. Oh, that one I didn't get the whole thing. There we go. Just pull out all these little parts and pieces. This is really cool. So Marcia, this is for you, and it says thinking of you. So I'm going to mail this to you tomorrow too with these other cards. Hi Linda, hi Helen, hi Sarah, Tennessee Gran. Okay, so I'm going to pull all of these out. I'm having trouble getting this little guy here. Come on. There we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I have my words. This is the part I'm going to put on my card. Let me pull all these little stickers off my hand. All right. So then what you're going to do is take a piece of press and seal, which is different than, it's not saran wrap. It actually has to be press and seal. I use that in my kitchen, so I actually had a piece, but you want to get press and seal. And I am going to attach this to these words. And I'm going to give it a good burnish. I could use my bone folder. Want to make sure that's sticking. Then what I'm going to do is pick this up and pull from the back like this, so that the shape of these words stays exactly the way they should be. They're not, if I would have just picked it up, you know, by the top of this letter, it would have gotten, it could have very well, most likely gotten very stretched out. So I'm going to set that there for 1 second, and I am going to attach real quickly this part right here. And so you can see I'm positioning it right where that adhesive was, where I attached my vellum, because I don't want that to show. So I'm going to put that right there. Now I'm ready to take my words, and I want to put those right there. And again, I'm going to just press down. These are sticky on the back. And here we go. And I just pull my press and seal away, and there is my perfectly positioned words, which I thought was the coolest thing and a really helpful tip. So anytime you have any little word die cuts, like stickers like this, I know sometimes Paper Pumpkin does have them. Some of the other Stampin' Up! Kits that we have those kind of thing too. So just remember that tip. It's a great way to, you know, get those kind of images onto your card. So then I'm just going to finish this up really quickly by adding this other die cut. Put that one there, and again, covering up my adhesive. Then I'll just take this little flower, and that's going to go about right there. I'm just going to take some of my twine and make a bow. It's Mossy Meadow. It's pretty. It's like it's almost like a linen thread, actually. I keep calling it twine, but I kind of feel like it's a linen thread. I'm going to take my paper snips, and I'll just attach this behind my little flower like that, and I'll hold this in place with the dimensional, and I'll use that dimensional to attach to my card. Let me grab my dimensionals here. Did you ever notice every time I do this, I pull out my dimensionals and they always look like this? I use them all the time, so it's rare to have, for me to have a full sheet of them. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good tip. I thought that was pretty cool. All right. So there's the card, and let me bring in my sample. I just added these sequins. They are adhesive back. They are part of the kit. And so those are those cards, and look how pretty it is with the coordinating envelope. Super cute. So I have a couple extra of these kits. They are $22. If you are interested, just send me an email and I can put your name on one. If you're local to me, you can do my back porch pickup. If you need shipping, it would be $8 to ship it priority mail to you. So if you're interested, they are available. I think it's a really nice kit, especially now with everything going on. It's nice to know that people are thinking of you. So I'm going to set that aside. All right, so the next thing I have, I'm so excited to share these next projects with you. So Stampin' Up! Has released, or will be releasing tomorrow, a new set of products, and it is the Butterfly Brilliance bundle. And it includes this beautiful stamp set and coordinating dies. Let me bring the dies in so you can see they are called Brilliant Wings. They have one big solid, or not solid, but one set of dies that goes right around this stamp set. And then some smaller, more detailed butterflies and some other interesting little textures and things that you'll use as well. I'm going to talk about these more in a minute. But this bundle is going to be, it's an early release of something that will be in our new annual catalog that comes out May 1st. But they have released it early so that we can get our hands on it now. And I will tell you, you know I love the snow, but there's something about these beautiful spring and summery butterflies that just make me happy. So the other part of this bundle that they're releasing is this gorgeous designer paper, and it is called Butterfly Bijou, and it's 6x6, as you can see. Beautiful patterns, butterflies. It's almost like a watercolor wash on some of these. Some of it kind of makes me think of tie-dye. Really, really pretty. This paper is not going to be in the next catalog. It is only going to be part of this early release, and it is while supplies are limited, and when it's gone, which makes me sad because it is gorgeous. All right, so let me show you my two projects that I have for you. I'm going to start out with this. Is really cool. I think this is one of my favorite cards I've ever made. So kind of plain on the front, and then when you open it up, you have to be a little bit careful, but when you open it up, the butterflies slide through and they're actually attached to the inside of the card. So how fun would that be to get this card in the mail? So then you just carefully, to close it, you're just going to put it in place like that. So let me show you how to put this together. First thing I want to show you is I'm going to bring in this big die. I know, Marsha, I love the paper too. So I'm going to bring in this big die, and I want to show you how on this paper, this is brilliant. It lines up brilliantly with the designer series paper. And what happens is when you run it through your die cutting machine, you end up with 6. Let me pull these. I've already done this ahead of time. You end up with 6 butterflies, cropped beautifully, different sizes, beautifully colored, and I love that. So what I've been saying is this die in particular is the star of the show. This die combined with this paper, I would say, is the star of the show. And I know that for me, I'm going to be getting several packs of this paper because I love the perfect coordination with this. All right, so I'm going to use, I think I'm going to keep these 2 butterflies. Well, and actually this one too. I used 3 on this first card that I made. I'm going to set those there. And I'm going to start, I'm going to bring in my little paper here. And so I have, this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is my thick basic white. I'm going to go ahead and score this. And I'm going to open this up again. And what I want to do is stamp my, this big stamp on the front of my card. I want to give you a little tip. So this is one huge stamp. Now, one of my demonstrator friends suggested The stamp set's only $17. And what she suggested was, for $17, why not buy two? You can keep one large like this, and then you can get your second one and just cut it apart so that you have all these different butterflies. You could add to the inside of your card. You could add one, of course, to the envelope. We like to decorate our envelopes. But if you notice these little spaces here, those are, of course, the rubber, just the little scraps, like the negatives, I guess you could call it, the parts of the stamps that they really normally would throw away. Don't throw these away. I'm going to give you an idea on Thursday when I come back for my Facebook Live Take 2 on something fun that you can do with these little pieces. So don't throw those away when you get your stamp set. All right, so I'm going to be using Smoky Slate ink. Yes, I love when they line up the paper as well, Debbie. So what I like to do when I have a stamp this large is to ink it up. This is my Smoky Slate. And especially the first time I use a stamp, I like to stamp it on scrap paper first, just so that I can, look how beautiful that is, just so that I can see how well it stamps, if there's any areas that I missed ink, and just to get it inked up. So now that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and ink it up again. Just give it a good press. And I'm going to turn this and just stamp this. This is going to cover most of the front of the card, and actually it's going to go over a little bit, which is fine. So give that a good press. Okay, and look, is that not beautiful? I love this stamp. I just think it's gorgeous. Look at the detail, all those beautiful butterflies. Isn't that pretty? I just love that. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is take our classic label punch. Now this idea, this is not my own idea. We had a stamp set several years ago that had butterflies, and someone did a similar idea to this, and I happened to remember it the other day, and I thought it would be fun to use with these products. So what I'm going to do is take my classic label punch and hold it upside down. I'm pushing this all the way in, can't push it any farther, and I'm going to punch it once, and then I'm just going to keep my cardstock pushed in as far as it will go, and go about down to there. And that will be the little place where I'm going to put my butterflies. Okay. So I'm going to take my butterflies, and for this center part, I'm going to put this one here, and then this bigger one here. I'm going to take my bone folder. Well, first what I'm going to do, actually for this one, I'm just going to fold this in half as best I can. These are not completely symmetrical, at least this one isn't. This one might be, I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna fold these a little bit because I want to add some, I want to create some space here where I can put my glue. So let me get out my liquid glue. So hopefully I can get it flowing here. Yep, that looks good. All right, so I am just going to put a little bit, you know, I say a little dab will do ya. A little dab will do you right along the center, almost like where the body of the butterfly would be. And that I'm just going to gently set right into this little track, I guess you could call it, that I created. Let that sit there a minute, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the pink. Yes, Mary, you'd need this set. Everybody needs this set. It's just gorgeous. My friend Lynn, she says, there is need and then there's need. And this is a need, right? Okay. So I'm going to put this one in place as well. It's just going to go right here. I'm going to hold this in place. Just give that a second to set. I'm going to pull up their wings a little bit, but I'm going to just hold this in, both of these in place for a minute. The glue actually dries pretty quickly. Okay. I'm going to just set that there for a minute, and then I'm going to stamp my words. The butterfly Brilliance stamp set does not have any words, and so I used, I pulled out the here's a card word stamp set, and let's see, I'm using the happy birthday. This is really great, and I'll tell you, one of the words I like on this is, I made you a card because you're worth it. I love that. Love that. Okay. Take my smoky slate ink, and I'm just going to ink this up. And I'm going to put this a little bit towards the right-hand side, because I'm going to be embellishing this with another butterfly. I'm going to angle this just like that. And then this is going to be attached right on the front of my card, and I did pop this up with dimensionals. Aha, and here, look, I found a sheet of dimensionals that actually have more than just the edge on them. So I'm going to attach that. This ink, Marcia, is Smoky Slate. I wanted something neutral. I didn't want to add a lot of color because I wanted the focus to be on those beautiful butterflies. Then I'm going to take this butterfly, and she's just going to be right there resting on the edge of this panel, and I'm going to pop her up too. It's going to go there. And then to finish this, I'm using the Artistry Blend Sequins, Artistry Bloom, I'm sorry. And this is a pack. You get 4 sheets of these sequins, and there's a couple things that I love about these. Number one, they have adhesive on the back, so you don't have to pick them up and attach them to a glue dot and then put them on your card. You just pull them right off the card. You can position those in place. Pull them right off the card, position them wherever you want. The other thing I like about these sequins is they don't have a hole in the middle, which I think is kind of nice. Okay, I'm just going to pull a couple of these off. Put one there. I'm just going to scatter a few of these. And then I think I'll take another one of these small ones and just maybe put it right there. So I've just scattered 3 of those on there. And that is my first card. So let me pull this away. This is a card that after you make this, you're going to want to let it sit a minute, you know, so that the glue will dry. But it might be okay. Let's try it and see what happens. So carefully, and I'm sure, you know, the first time you do this, it's going to be a little bit harder. Oh, and you know what I did? I need to pull this off because I need to move it up a little bit. The bottom of my butterfly wings are not going to go through there. So pull those up, and then I'll just, it's going to open right, yeah, there we go, just right like that. So there's the inside. You could add a greeting there or whatever, and then when you want to close it, I think people would love to get this card. So there we go. I need to attach this a little bit better, but you get the idea. So is that not fun? I love this card. I told Rich, my husband, last night, this is maybe one of my favorite cards I've ever made. I just think it's really fun and pretty. So that's our first card. My next card, let me get the parts and pieces out for this. For this one, I used a mint macaron card base. And I have one of the die cut butterflies. I'm going to be using that. I have a quarter sheet of basic white, which I have embossed with, I don't know if you can see that. Maybe not. I embossed it with the Subtles embossing folder, which is why you can't see it. It's very subtle, but it just adds a nice texture to this white panel. I have another quarter sheet. This is 4 by 5 1/4 of basic white. This will go on the inside panel of my card. And a circle. So this circle is the largest layering circle from the layering circle dies. This is the largest circle. So I'm just bring this in here, and then I love to make cards like this. I cut scraps of the designer paper. Now, some of them were just left over from some other projects I was working on. Hi, Candy. Good to see you. So I have all these different strips, and I'm going to just attach them to my circle. So I'm going to use my glue again. I know Linda hates glue, but Linda, I have to tell you, I was not really a fan either. But the more I use it, I'm getting better at it, and I don't end up a big sticky mess. All right, so I'm just going to start at the top here. And actually, these are much longer than I need. The nice thing about this card is, or this idea, is that you can use little scraps that you have. Let's see. And there's really no right or wrong. You can attach these any way you want. I am butting them flush up against each other. And let's see, maybe I'll do a yellow next. It's whatever pattern you want, and every time you do this, it will be different, depending on what strips of cards or designer paper you use. Get that in there. I love to do this kind of a thing with my scraps of paper. And then I think we'll do this one here. So I've covered the whole circle. And then what I'm going to do is just turn this over and trim around the edges. Now the other way to do this would be to just take like a square. This is about, let's see, how big is this? This is about a 3-inch, maybe a little over 3-inch circle. What I could have done is taken like a 3¼ inch square and just laid the designer paper over my square and then cut out the circle from that. But I don't mind cutting. All I'm doing is taking my paper snips and following the edge of the circle. This is a great way to use up your scraps, like I said, and some of these longer pieces down here, I'm going to save and reuse to make some more of these cards with these strips. Now don't forget to leave a comment because you will be put in the random drawing to win one of these cards. And I'll also be back on Thursday with some more ideas. All right, so there is my circle, and look how, isn't that fun? It's just pretty. I just love that mix of colors. Okay, so I'm going to mount this on a piece of mint macaron cardstock. I'm going to, my next panel will be this embossed, Subtles embossed panel. So I'll take my stamp and seal. And I'll attach, I'm going to flatten this, open it up, I guess. And attach that. Like that. And then this is going to go right on here like that. And I am just going to put this flat, not popping it up because I'm going to give my butterflies some dimension. So that's going to go that way, just right on there like that. And then I'll take my butterflies, and I have this one I'm going to put right up here. And what I like to do with these is take my bone folder and just very carefully curl up the wings. These are designer paper, so you have to be a little bit careful. You don't want to curl them too hard or pull too hard because you don't want them to rip. But so that's going to go right there. And this I did pop up with a dimensional, so I'll just put one right in the center of her body. I did not pop up the wings or attach the wings because I wanted them to be able to curl like that. So I've got that there. And I'll use this for my second one. So I'm going to put that one right there. So I need to move it over just a little bit. Okay, that looks good like that. And then I'm just going to add, I have a little strip for my words. And again, I took something from the here's a card. I'm using hello there. I just wanted something real little and delicate. Because again, I didn't want to take away from the beautiful butterflies. And this just says hello there. And actually, you know what? I'm going to use this little piece. I think it'll fit on here. Put that about right there like that. Okay. And you know what I did? I'm going to pull this off because I realized I made a boo-boo. If you can believe that. And I'm going to cut this about right there. Just snip that to the length that I wanted. And then I'm going to put this butterfly here. So she is more down on the white panel rather than up on this circle like I originally had her. I was just excited to get her on my card. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off and put a new dimensional on there because this one probably isn't real sticky anymore. So I'll take a new dimensional, just start all over, it'll be fine. I'm going to attach my words. Right there like that. And then I'll just put her right there. So pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, and then to finish this, I'm going to use my Artistry Bloom sequence again. I'm going to take your pick tool just to show you, you know, if you watch anything that I do before, you know that I love this take your pick tool. I think it's a must-have. So I'm just going to pick up a couple of these, and then I'll pick up one of the peachy pink colors. Use one of the big ones. And just set that right there. So for sure, I have all these scraps. I'm going to put them in a little bag and save them so that I can make more of these cards. And then to finish this, I'll just go ahead and attach a panel on the inside. And there is that card. So let me bring my other one in so that you can see both of them. Let me clean this up a little bit. There's my little Be Creative Today. Get everything lined up here. And there are my two cards. And again, so this one, it's just a fun opening. These have had a chance to dry now, so it opens up really nicely. And then this one is just an idea and a great way to use up your scraps. So let me tell you, I am releasing a class today. It is Butterfly Brilliance Card Class to Go. I offer these every month with my talented demonstrator friend, Sherry Roth, and we have a lot of fun creating these cards. And so let me just tell you briefly about this class. I did send out an email this morning with all the details on this class, including a registration link and different options that you can select. So if you were on my email list, you should have received that email. If you're not on my email list, my email is laura@lauramilligan.com. If you want to get in touch with me, I would be happy to add you to my list. In fact, I will add in the description of this video when I'm done, I will add a link so that you can sign up for my emails, because that's the best way to know what I'm doing, any specials that I'm offering, any classes that I'm offering, and also anything that Stampin' Up! Is offering. So it's really important for you to be on my email list. But anyway, let me just tell you briefly about this class. It is $35. It includes $27 in product. So you are getting a great deal. You're getting a full pack of the beautiful Butterfly Bayou paper, and you are getting a bolt of the fine art ribbon, which is super pretty, and a full pack of gold glitter enamel dots. In addition to that, you will get card kits, you'll get kits to make 6 different projects, 5 cards, and 1 3D super cute box. Let me show you those. So this is just a little sneak peek at them. This is the box. Look how adorable. This is a slider, and it slides open and you just pull. Look how cute the end is. And then we have 5 other different cards. So included with the kit packets is a PDF tutorial with all the measurements and a video for each project. So you actually can stamp right along with Sherry or myself, and it's almost as good as being in our studios with us. So that option is $35. If you need shipping, if you're local to me, of course, you can do a back porch pickup. If you are not local to me, I will ship it to you for priority shipping, which is $8. Now, you will need the stamp set, the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set, and coordinating dies to make these projects. And what I do for my class is offer it as an add-on. I believe it's $54 something, but I offer it to you at catalog price so that I pay the tax and shipping on that, which saves you a little bit of money. So I have a special as well. So that would include all of these products, the $54 price of the bundle plus $35 for the class. You would get all of this. You'll have plenty more of these products to use on many, many more projects. So registration starts today. If you register with payment by this coming Friday as a thank you, and that is for people that buy the whole class, the bundle, which includes the stamp set and the dies, and the regular card class that's $35. If you buy everything and register by this Friday, I will throw in for free, as a thank you from me, a packet of the Artistry Bloom sequins. So check your email for a registration link, and I would love for you to take this class. Our online classes our classes to go have become very, very popular. We enjoy preparing them, and we've had a lot of great response from those that have purchased them. So I am back just to thank you for watching today. Don't forget to leave a comment and please share. I would be grateful for that. And if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. And as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. And I will hopefully see you again this Thursday for my Facebook Live Take 2 at 1 p.m. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.